Hello everyone, my name is Michael Nemeth. I am part of the Say No to Guns, Save the Young Lives for so many reasons. And I want to share some of my reasons why I made this page on my Facebook. Did you know in 1 year, on the average, almost 100,000 people in America are shot or killed with a gun? In 1 year, 300,593 people died from gun violence, and 66,769 people survived gun injuries. 12,179 people murdered, and 44,000 people shot in an attack. Over 1 million people have been killed with guns in the United States since 1968, when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated. In the report of the Children's Fund Defense, U.S. homicide rates are 6.9 times higher than rates in 22 other populations, high-income countries combined, despite similar non-lethal crime and violence rates. The firearm homicide rate in the U.S. is 19.8 times higher than any kind of crime. Gun violence impacts society in countless ways. Medical costs, cost of the criminal justice system, such as metal detectors and restrictions on guilty of life because fear of gun violence. These impacts are estimated to cost U.S. citizens $100 billion annually cost. Did you know where there are more guns, there are more gun deaths? An estimated 40% of one guns been present. Higher household gun ownership regulates with higher rates of homicides, suicides, and unintentional shootings. Keeping a firearm in a household increases the risk of suicide by a factor of 44%. Increases the risk of suicide with a firearm by a factor of 17%. Keeping a firearm in the home increases the risk of homicide by a factor of 44%. Did you know, on the whole, guns are more likely to raise the risk of injury than to conquer protection? Guns are used to imitate and threaten 4 to 6 times more daily, more often than they are to use to protect oneself from a crime. Shame. Expanded homicide data compared with other 300,000 gun deaths. In a 2009 study found that people in possession of a gun are 4 times out of 5 more likely to be shot in assault. Did you know assaults and suicide attempts with firearms are more likely to be fatal than those penetrated with less lethal weapons or means? Removing guns save lives. There you go. That's what we need to do. There are 5 times as many deaths from gun assaults as from knife assaults, where the rates of assault with knives and guns are similar. More than 90% of suicide attempts with a gun are fatal. In the comparison, only attempts with drugs fighting are fatal. Did you know guns can be sold in the United States without a background check to screen not criminals or the mentally ill? It is estimated that over 40% of gun regulations occur in the secondary market. That means that they happen without a ready background check and a federal licensed dealer. Sales from federal firearm licenses require a background check. Sales between individuals under federal law do not require a background check. This means that felons can lie and buy at gun shows and other places where guns are already available. That means, people, that your nephews, your children, your teenage sons, daughters, cousins, nephews, grandchildren can get a gun. Someone can just go up to the gun counter, pay for it, walk out the door with no check. This is what our solution needs to be. We need to make it harder for convicted felons and dangerously mentally ill, and other prohibited persons to obtain guns by implementing strong gun laws and policies to protect our families and communities from gun violence. In this whole Trayvon Martin case, it really, really disturbs me in so many ways. It does not matter if he was white, black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Hungarian. It does not matter the sex that he was. If he was a different religion, if he was younger or older. It does not matter if he was a child, a adolescent, if he was a grown man. He should get fair justice. And I feel that the police department, the state police, and the public defender is not doing their job. And I talked to Tracy Martin this morning on Facebook, and she's still grieving for the fact that her son was shot on his way home to get some Skittles from the candy store. Words cannot describe how I'm feeling or how she's feeling right now. As her son was screaming for help, nobody was there to get this man off of him by shooting him the way that he did. And he's getting unfair justice in so many ways. It does not matter of what the child said or what he did not say. All children make comments like that. A lot of children these days have smart mouths. When I was his age, I had a smart mouth. And I spoke it high and proud. You know why? Because I was getting bullied. I was getting beat. I was getting raped. I was homeless. I had a reason to have a smart mouth and live my life the way I did. Trayvon Martin was in high school, about to finish his high school. He was a football player. He was a straight A student. He has never been in trouble with the law. And George Zimmerman is going to be one of those people that everybody is going to dislike for the simple fact that he took Tracy Martin's youngest one away. And people, this whole gang lifestyle, it's not the way you live your life. Do you realize the dangers that you're putting your family in? Your mother, your father, your grandfather, your grandmother, your children, people who know you, people who work with you, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Is it really the lifestyle for you? Do you ever sit and wonder of what is going to happen to you if you decide to become into a gang? Do you know there's over 800 gangs in America? There is gangs that kill black people. There's gangs that kill gay people. There are gangs that rape women. I mean, it's like, I don't understand what gives a person a thought to even want to become of that lifestyle. And when I see tattoos on people that have the sign of to kill black people, the KKK members, I know all about that. I know all about that for a reason. Because I dated one. I'm not gonna lie. Do I regret it? Hell yeah, I do. Sorry for the language, but yes, I do. It changed my life for the better. I had a whole different point of view on things when I was younger because of the things I've been through and the people I dated. And here's my story. And I want to share this with you because since I'm talking about violence, I was dating this guy named Joseph, and I was with him for like 2 months. And let me remind you, I was very young. I was a adolescent. I was unexperienced. I did not know what I was getting myself into. I was 14 at the time. I'm 27 now. 13 years ago. About to be 14 years ago. And I found out after he broke up with me because he was cheating on me with somebody else. I ran into this guy named Jamie. He was half white and half Puerto Rican. No, I'm sorry, he was half white and half black. He was mixed. And people found out of the gang that my ex-boyfriend was into. They shot him 5 times. They stabbed him 4 times. And then when they were done, they choked him to death and amputated his body and threw it in the river. When I heard about that, it made me think that if someone can do that, it's not it's not the violence that kills people. It's their impulses. It's their actions. People who kill people that way have no soul. And here's my solution to everything. We need to make it harder for convicted felons and dangerous to ill people and the other prohibited persons to obtain a gun by implementing strong gun laws and policies that will protect our families and communities from gun violence. Because people don't kill people, it's the laws. I'm telling you. And other reasons why I made my State on the Guns, Save the Young Lives page on my Facebook, which I'm going to show you the link when I'm done, is because recently I almost lost my baby cousin. He's still in critical condition. He's still not improving. Some guy that he was dating totally ripped him apart, mentally, physically, and sexually. He was shot 4 times. He was shot 1 time in the leg, in the thigh, and 2 times in the chest. Because when somebody was trying to rape him again, he was trying to get loose and he started running, and the guy pulled out the gun and started shooting. Nice, isn't it? I'm trying so hard not to break down again, because I just made a video on my Facebook about this, and it really, really shows people's true colors. How about that double homicide with DeDonte Smith and Charles Williams? DeDonte Smith was only 15, and Charles Williams was only 12. Charles Williams in Pittsburgh, PA. His body was found in Monroeville, PA. Shot 12 times in the head. DeDonte Smith was 17. The whole gang situation, though, somebody needs to open their mouth, open up their soul, and put a stop to this. These streets need to be clean. There are gangs everywhere. There's gangs in Chicago, New York, Pennsylvania, California, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Washington, Georgia, Ohio, Iowa. They're everywhere. There's a gang in Pittsburgh called Sex, Money, and Murder, about young girls who kill homosexuals and lesbians and transgender by guns. How do these girls get them if they're only 14 and lower? You don't blame the young adolescents. You blame the gun laws. Just something needs to be done. My friend Daniel, my sister's ex-boyfriend, he lost his eye from a shooting. He has a glass eyeball because he was shot in the face by his ex-girlfriend. And then she got released. And then she shot him in his sleep. Nice, huh? People don't kill people. It's the laws that kill people. And it's very, very sickening. Very sad. Well, this concludes my first video. Love you all.